What's up, y'all? It's your girl, GreekPrincess. Remember, I told y'all I was going to come back and give y'all, part. Well, this is part two because the first one was part one, and then the continuation of part one because y'all couldn't hear. So, part two, wait till y'all, the situation with the car, y'all, it done got even deeper. And when I tell you, people be so dirty and so hateful and evil. Oh my God, it's crazy. It literally is crazy that somebody that you was married to, do this type of stuff. Which it's not surprising to me, because when you got a devil behind you and you already a devil yourself, yeah, I'm not surprised at all. But when I tell you some shiesty shit been going down, I'm not talking about the car anymore because my attorneys are involved now, and we're gonna get this handled. Either way, so since we can't talk about the car, let's go back to the abuse. And narcissist, I don't know if it's different. I think this is the first narcissist that I had to really deal with, but well, maybe not, I don't know. Either way, this dude used to do stuff like, push you down, like hold you down, choke you, stuff that nobody else would be able to tell you was being abused, because he would be mindful of, not like putting marks on you or whatever. And so, and like I said, the mental abuse, what I'm saying? Calling you names, stupid, dumb. How many of y'all think I'm dumb? I got a whole associate's, bachelor's, and a master's degree. So who dumb? Anyway, but he seemed to be a little jealous of that too, because, after I met him, that's when I decided to, go back to school and, get my degrees, Anyway, but like I say, the abuse part of it is, like I say, most narcissists or people that, don't want other people to know that they hitting on you, or they, putting their hands on you. They'll do subtle things, and it would just be out of an argument. People, some grown-ups don't know how to control their anger. Now, I fight back. I'm not finna just let nobody just put their hands on me, because my mama used to always say, if somebody hits you, hit them back. So, I used to hit back. But he would catch me by surprise and do certain things. Okay, so if for example, when I first met him, it was about maybe a year into the relationship. I don't even know if it was that long. I can't remember if we was, I think we was married already. I'm not sure. Either way, he held me down on the bed by the back of my neck, like pushing my face into the bed and squeezing the back of my neck, because I came in a little late because of a job. It wasn't a job. It was like a side hustle I had, and it required you to be out late, with parties and stuff. Either way, regardless, I was a grown-ass woman, and you don't put your hands on a grown-ass person like you're their parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, you coming in late, okay, we can discuss it, but you don't put your hands on them. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so the second thing that I remember, him hitting me in the mouth with a big ring that he used to wear. We had gone to Walmart, and I think I was tired. I don't know what was going on with him, but, he was, talking to me or asking me questions or something. And I was like, what? And before I could even say, what you talking about? He done reached back and hit me in the mouth with the big ring, and it busted my lips. And this is coming from, like, what? Like, I was so shocked, because I was like, hi. First of all, women, men too, don't ever tell nobody what you went through in your childhood, because a lot of people take advantage of that and will use that to their advantage when handling you. So my mistake was letting him know that I was abused as a child. And for somebody to go and do the same exact thing that your childhood was consist of, you already got some issues in that yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you do something to somebody that already went through something like that? Either way, so like I said, that was the second time he hit me in the mouth and busted my lips, and I had to hide it from my kids and my nephews because they would have had a fit if they would have seen, what happened to me. Anyway, so he tried to apologize, tried to make it seem like, oh, I didn't mean to. Nah, 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 nah. How you don't mean to hit somebody in the mouth with a ring, with a big ring? He could have really like knocked out my teeth or damaged my face or something. He didn't care. He was just crazy, obviously. Anyway, so it's so many things that I could tell y'all, but the worst thing that I remember is me laying in the bed, and I forgot to tell y'all, he was a sex fiend. So like he had to like have sex, he would kind of go crazy. But anyway, so one night he was very selfish. He would wake me up in the middle of the night, 3-4 o'clock in the morning, when he know I got to get up at 5-6. I think it was like 6:30 or 7 to go to work. So he didn't care about that. He would still try to wake me up in the middle of the night. Anyway, so this particular night, he had already, like, I don't know what he had done, but I obviously was upset about something he had done or something. I don't know. Either way, I was in the bed. So he came in and was trying to, like, how men be trying to get some, and they trying to make you give them some or whatever. And I was tired. I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to wake up. So he just kept on trying. Child, I'm asleep. Okay, leave me alone, I'm asleep. Why he slapped me as hard as he could, slap me out my sleep because I wouldn't open my legs or give him sex. Y'all, this is the person that I'm dealing with, and the person that's thinking that I need to give him money back for a car that he had to pay off. Y'all, just crazy as hell. And the last situation, which made me leave, this is that part. Okay, so my younger son, which is by him, he had a little mouth on him, being flippy mouth or whatever, how teenagers do. And he was talking smart, whatever. He would sit and listen to me and my son go back and forth, not stepping in as the man and, and telling his son, don't talk to your mom like that. He never like stepped in or whatever. He would just let him disrespect me. So, I told him, I said, the next time you disrespect me, you do something like that, I'm going to tell your older brother, which is my older son. And I told him, I'm going to tell him to beat your ass. Child, why this dude come down the stairs? We downstairs arguing about it because we was upstairs and he didn't say nothing to him at all about being flippy mouth or whatever. So he came downstairs talking. When I said I'm gonna get my son, get your brother. That's why I said I'm gonna get your brother to whoop your ass. And since your dad ain't doing it, So he come down the stairs. You ain't about to get motherfucking nobody don't put their hands on my goddamn son. Like, what? That's his older brother. If I need his brother to whoop his ass, then he could whoop his ass. Well, either way, he pushed me, y'all, as hard as he could, knocked me into the kitchen table. So of course, like I said, I fight back. So when I, realized he had pushed me that hard, I go back. I'm like, finna fight. And he grabbed me and turned me around and put me in a chokehold and was literally choking me. My at the time 16-year-old son had to protect me and I didn't know what was going on, but I was saying I can't breathe, you choking me, and he holding me like this. Well, my son had to be put in a position to go get my gun out of my purse to defend me, to help to make sure that he would turn me loose. Now, this is the person that we're talking about, and this is somebody that I was married to, and that was his father. I left because I knew that I didn't want to be on the news talking about my son killing his own dad or him shooting and hurting me too, because he was trying to protect me. But y'all, it's so much. I got several parts to this. Let me know if y'all want to hear part 3 and comment down below. I'll see y'all later. All right, y'all. This is part 2. second half about the abuse. So basically, I was trying to tell, the examples of what I went through as the abusive things. That wasn't it, of course. But yeah, I know when I told y'all that, my son had to protect me from him choking me before I left, that wasn't the first time that my son had to protect me from him choking me. My son was 6 years old and ended up like having it could have been a real bad situation because he was 6, and he ended up going to pick up an AK that was hidden in the house, but apparently he had seen where he had put it or whatever. Anyway, so that was the first situation. He was choking me and my son felt like he needed to protect me then. And I'm like, I should have left him then. But, when you trying to, be married, trying to protect the marriage, trying to stick it out and stay, it was a sad situation. And it's just like, and I'm not saying the whole marriage was like this. It was good times. We had good times. We had, a regular marriage, and it was, a regular good life. But it was just when the arguments when we did argue, which most of the time it was me having to argue about him going to this tennis that he was doing, and it was like a coaching gig he was doing, trying to start his own business, but he was gone all the time. But I think maybe that might have helped the marriage, because if he would have been around all the time, I probably wouldn't have been able I'd probably been gone. But either way, he like I said, he was always either choking, calling dumb, verbally abusing, mentally abusing, just thinking he know everything. Narcissists hate when you don't listen to them and do what they tell you to do, like they somebody's fucking daddy. Like, no, you need to mind your business. Stop trying to be somebody's daddy. You need to be your kid's daddy. Can you be a good daddy for a change? Anyway, so like I said, it was always something. And my son, the sad part is that my son watched a lot of abuse from him to me and talking to me crazy. One time, when my son was small, he had grabbed him by the back of the neck, trying to, squeeze the back of his neck, making him cry like crazy in public. And when I defended my son, and I was like, don't do him like that. Like, he's small. You can't do that to him. You could knock him out with his main artery or whatever, the neck stuff. He got so mad that he said he wasn't disciplining him no more. That's why he let him talk to me crazy. And my son was, when sons, think that, the mama ain't gonna do nothing, or she's just gonna say, I'm gonna whoop you, whatever. And they don't, how can I say it? They don't have the level of respect for the mom than they do for the dad, because they know he gonna probably do something to him, and the mom, usually just don't really do much or whatever. Especially me, because I didn't abuse my kid. I didn't whoop him at all. Yes, I did. I whooped him a little bit, but not, I was abused, so I didn't want to hit my kids. So of course, kids take advantage of that when you don't whoop them. I feel like, but anyway, so he, like I said, my son, would be flipping mouth, and he would sit there and just watch. He wouldn't jump in. He wouldn't say, you can't talk to your mom like that. For one, listen, ladies, if you are dealing with a dude and his mama tell you, you gotta watch, hey, child in here wrestling and stuff, sit on down. Anyway, his mom told me, you gotta pay attention to how a man talks to his mom. And I didn't. I paid attention, but wasn't thinking he talking to her like that. He gonna definitely be talking to me like that. So yeah, so he was very disrespectful to his mom. He, called her dumb, called her slow, just being very disrespectful. Didn't respect her at all, or he showed none. If he did, he didn't show it. Either way, my son watched that too, him talking to his mama crazy and calling her names and all this type of stuff. So of course my son gonna, grow up thinking that disrespect was okay. But either way, he didn't want him doing nothing to me. Now, he might have said a little something here and there to me, but honey, he didn't play when it came to somebody putting their hands on me or treating me like dirt or making me cry or any of that. So, like I said, y'all, he, really put my son in a bad place. And not only is their relationship ruined because, my son had to, defend me. And I just said, you know what, it's time to go, because I don't want to see my son on the news. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, I don't want to be on the news because, I ain't finna take too much. Like I said, I hit back. And you're not finna keep on putting your hands on me, especially after I took you back. This the thing, y'all. When I left for the abuse, it was because a year before that, I took him back for some real shiesty bullshit I found out. And I feel like if I took you back and forgave you for the shit that you did, and you put your hands on me after I took you back from the shit that I took him back from, y'all, I could have took him for everything he had, even the house. And I let him have that damn house. And that's part 3. I let him keep that house because first of all, I didn't want to stay there with the memories. I felt like I was better off moving on to a new, better life, a life without the memories, and especially no man keep coming back and forth, because I done put him out before for the shit that I found out. I put him out, and he came crawling back talking about he didn't have nowhere to go. So, I just said, you know what? I don't want to deal with that. Once I leave him, I'm gone. That's how I do. If I'm done, I'm done. And I don't care what you say. I don't want to hear it. I'm out. And I knew that I didn't want to deal with him, coming back saying he was sorry. Honey, child, a whole 30 days passed by after I left. I mean, after the abusive situation with him choking me, a whole 30 days went by without him even saying a little sorry or nothing. 30 days went by, and then he goes and buys roses and a charger for my car to go in the garage. Like, sir, you couldn't, it took you 30 days to come to your senses to see that I wasn't playing with you no more, that I was done, that I didn't even want him to touch me. Then his daddy came to visit right after all the stuff happened. But I know his dad was like, what's going on here? Because he didn't tell him. I'm sure he didn't tell him what he did to me. But he tried to hug on me and kiss on me when his daddy was at the house. And I was like, oh, man, you better get away from me. A whole 30 days done passed by. You didn't even apologize for putting your hands around my neck and my son having to pull out a gun to protect me. He never said I'm sorry to his son. He never tried to talk to him. It's been 4 years, and this man he did come to his graduation, and we kept it cordial because it had been 2 years. So, we was kind of just like, he'll come. We didn't want to see him, but he came, and I was just like, at least he trying to, come and, make things better. But after that, he came to his graduation, but he ain't said nothing else to my child. And when my son was diagnosed 2 years with type 1 diabetes before when he was doing all his dirt, when I tell y'all about the other part in part 3, when he was doing all his dirt, my son was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and he still was doing the dirt. Even though your child is in that dilemma. It's a damn shame. But like I say, y'all, karma is a mother. And if you do dirt, you lay with damn dogs, you gonna get fleas. And he gonna definitely get fleas. He already got them. Guaranteed. But, like I say, I'm not worried about it. God is gonna take care of everything for me. And in part 3, I'm gonna show y'all or let y'all see exactly what I dealt with. And I hope to God none of y'all have to deal with this kind of thing. Y'all young ladies and young men, know when to love yourself and get out when it's time. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all in part 3.